All right. What's up, y'all? So we tried recording this yesterday, but there was no audio. So we're gonna record the same question again. But we're having Andre and Kumse with us this time.
Hey.
Hello. So the question for you guys, can you explain the difference between dime stop, ticking, and strobing? Pass it on to you. Here you go.
All right, what's the difference?
Gotta translate.
Okay, I'm going like a popping way. It's
Okay.
Like a popper doing it like the hits, right? And then they go dime stop. Actually, they're hitting together like a dime stop.
Okay.
So they tick. Boom, 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 boom. They still pop to it. Do like a ticking. And they call the strobing was just like we call the dime stopping, but they call it like a strobing this one.
Because there's no hit to the
No
end?
hit to do it. Looks like more like a strobe light at the start. But that's like a popular way.
Okay,
the idea
good,
is.
good.
This is like a bopping way, like an animation way.
Really?
Or-
Which way is that?
You way.
Okay. So, as I've just been explained, that there's a popper way to do ticking. You know, you sort of like hitting as you as you do it, or they used to do their one arms or whatever. And then there's a strobing way, which is just a dime stop and no ticking. Does he say? Mm-hmm. Okay. So to me, other than the effect added to the popper's way, you know, adding shake or tremor to it, they're not really that much of a difference. But they are different. He told me to say they were different. Yeah, you can sit there. So they're different because if I was doing this, and I'm not jerking between motions, I'm just getting to them and stopping, that could be considered ticking. But what if I did it where I got there quickly? Would that be?
Just the ticking, yeah?
It's still ticking? Yeah. See? So this and this is still ticking.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
there's
we
two
can do like a dime stopping, like this is a dime stopping.
Really? That would be dime stopping? Because I'm moving and
More like a
stopping?
ticking, yeah. Because the time span is different. Technique is the same.
Okay. To me, the technique is the same. The timing's a little bit different because you got one going in incremental small. So I'm gonna shake this one. See how my hand is shaking like a clock. Click, 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 click. And I'm actually doing small tremors before each one. So I'm not tremoring between them. I'm not going I'm going click, 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 click,
like a tick,
click.
tock, tick,
And I'm
tock.
actually backing my hand up as I go. It actually, you see it go back to go forward. So that you can see that it, like a clock, it's taking a gear to move. That's how I think of ticking, because I'm following the second hand on the clock. It actually, the second hand never just goes straight forward. It has a gear that bounce back and drops.
Because the motor's in the middle, so this one's the shake.
Yes.
So they stop hitting.
Yeah.
Hitting,
Yeah.
hitting, but like a quicker.
We talked about that a long time ago before.
It's like a tick-tock.
So in my brain, I'm thinking,
Tick-tock. Not tick-tock, tick-tock.
tick, yeah. I'm thinking of go down and drop, and so you got shaking, shaking, shaking. But as I go down, my hand raises up just minutely. Like instead of going straight forward, I go up a little bit. Just a little. It's like the raise to get ready to. You're thinking of a baseball here, you're gonna swing it.
The bounce back a little bit.
So you go just before the. It makes a delay too. That's what helps my delays. But now, if I was really thinking of it moving, I think that you can move in any direction, any motion that got the same tick that your hand did linear. So this is the way you sort of like a toy man. I call it toy man 1. No, I call it toy man 2. You're moving in tick version, but you're moving isolated pieces anywhere. So I'm still dime stopping, but moving isolated so I can move in any direction. It's linear. If I said high, right? I'm didn't just do one whole swing one direction. So you're adding up the dynamics of where you can move those pieces to. And when you get good at that, people can't control where that hit coming from.
So that's pretty much dime stopping,
Just dime stopping, right?
stopping, or dime stop, ticking,
Strobing and 3D.
3D, yeah.
Okay, strobing. So strobing has the effect of doing the whole back and forth thing to many people. So I guess the way they strobe, or the way it's been said you strobe, is sort of like that dime step thing, but you have a motion taking you back and forth. So you get this,
Because like the strobe light.
the strobe lights are blinking off and on and you're clicking. Okay.
Right. But you stop together.
I can't control. I can't control how I stop.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to do it with as much shake and moving back. So I'm not going to like I would do Sinbadding or I'm not doing. So when people see my hand do this, they think that I'm vibrating and moving.
Right.
So it must be people.
Yeah, they vibrate.
They vibrate and move. But I'm just going.
That motion, yeah, you stop it this way.
But I'm stopping each one. And I start stopping quick. So I'm not really shaking back and forth. So I get to. So I get to stop each. I'm controlling that.
Yeah. So that's a strobing
That to me is strobing
or 3D.
and 3D.
Sinbadding. Same thing, no? To me, the Sinbadding, strobing.
Oh, no, you can't say that because I said it the same thing. But no, you can't say it now. He said, don't say it. Look.
I thought it was kind of same.
So when you say Sinbadding, the only thing that differentiates to me, the difference between this 3D effect that you're using to work on how to stop and go. People do this when they practice. This is the biggest practice that everybody uses for 3D and strobing, right? They use this. They either get good at it or they don't, I don't know, but that's the practice. But the biggest thing that's between 3D and strobing, and I'm gonna say this so you guys can really understand this, is when you Sinbad means you're basically looking at the reference of Sinbad movies.
Right.
And those Sinbad reference movies, for which people heard me say I got mine from, they mistaken that I didn't get every move I got from it, but I was looking at it when I came up with an answer to the vibrate. It was moving. So if you look at those movies, you see the Centaur, you see Medusa, you see all these creatures, and they're claymation.
Yeah,
Claymation is moving one plastic. So they did ticking and took a picture. They moved it up and did a picture. They did move it up and take another picture, and they took these incremental pictures, and when they put them together, it was moving like this. Right. So to give the person the idea that you're doing both claymation or animation and Sinbad, you have to become the character or creature. You don't have to be, but that's what it is normally referenced. So you see a creature go. So this is Sinbad because I'm becoming a creature. So you see some people go, I'm gonna become Godzilla, and they go, okay, you see someone become, so whatever creature you decide to become and you use this technique of half stopping and half going, that's called Sinbad when you're the character. When you're not the character, it's supposed to be called 3D. 3D means you're coming back and forward.
Right.
So 3D means
like
it's
3D.
not just side by, but
3D,
you're coming back and
3D.
forward. So I'm using the same techniques, but when I come at you like this and go back, that means 3D. If I just moved across the side like a tick, that means I'm strobing. Right. That's the real definition. So if I do this, I'm ticking. If I do it quicker, I'm using the same technique I would use with cut, but I'm giving it to you like a plain wall.
Right.
So it's just strobing. If I give that plain wall some dynamic movements, like up and back with it, here's And I'm not a creature yet. I just go moving. I'm talking to you. Oh, dude, that's crazy. I'm just talking to you and I'm moving like this. Like I'm moving as if it was cold, but I'm not being a creature per se. I'm still doing what the Sinbad would do, but I'm not a creature. And I'm talking. I'm going, no. Let me give you that, what I'm saying to you. So
this is
it's moving.
Yeah, that's the moving
I'm moving back.
effect.
I'm not using the creature. I'm using the technique, the same technique, but I'm moving back and forth to give you the 3D effect. And it can look like strobing if I turn to something, like if I do this and turn to her. It can look like strobing because I'm linear, but when I come back and forth, it's giving more dimension. That's all it is.
More
So
dimension.
more dimension, 3D.
Nice.
Strobing, just ticking on an accelerated motion.
Okay. More like flat.
More, it's flat. You know, you can do one way, or you can do a wave across.
Of
They
course,
see
you can
it.
do this, but
Yeah.
pretty much just this.
Pretty much just this way. Yeah. That's just simple. But to me now, as a disclaimer, they're all the same, just speed variation.
I think the same thing's happening now, like, because Sinbad was a movie that came out a while ago and it became really famous. And then it became so famous, people tried moving like it. So it's like animation, you're trying to move like something that's real.
Right.
I think the same thing's happening today with something called NPC.
Right.
So people, like video games have become such a big deal now.
Yeah.
And now people are trying to move like video games breaking. And so now people are asking, what's NPC? How do you NPC? I think the same exact
It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah. Or it's like,
They have some based program
yeah.
to look like regular humans, not just like a stand-up.
Right.
They actually kind of like they're breathing.
This,
Yeah, the breathing's different.
that what you call NPC, I was doing that a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
Already
Well,
as animation.
we're talking about NPC
That's
was
before
came from
before the game
for the
decided to make the
game.
characters
It's
look
all the
human.
same.
It's all the
Yeah, the
same.
same
It's all the same.
It's all the
There's
same.
no difference.
It's
It's
no
just a
difference.
matter of
But
where you
but
get your resources.
exactly, and you get a name because of what you say you're looking at. Right now, when they make movies, like if you see Godzilla in it, he's not animated no more. He's not claymation. It's computer generated, and they move smooth. Like you don't see as many glitches in the. You don't see the hair twitch on it. You don't see. They do like this and something get in. You don't see all that now. It's smooth.
Even they have the operator put them on.
Yeah,
and
they
give them the
move normal now,
But
like,
they
you
have
tell.
like a little glitch move because
The-
they have an extra balloon on
Yeah.
their hand, so they're gonna go boom, boom. They shake a little bit.
They shake a little bit, but it don't look as glitchy. It don't look as animated as the older ones. So I say to somebody, when you want to look unreal, you make goofy movements. You make wrong movements to look unreal. But if you want to get really, really high in how advanced you are, you're supposed to get to the point where they can't even tell you it's human or not. So that the robots are getting more and more advanced. So when you think of like the iRobot type, he's a cyborg, but you couldn't tell his hand was done until they got broken. And then you see those new movies come out and they got these machines, they doing this and they going.
Yeah. You go to Disneyland now, you look at
Oh
the
my
animatronics,
goodness, they talking like, I am really a robot moving at you right now. You don't get this. I can probably come to a couple of stops and that stop might throw it out.
Hydraulics.
But it's just so crazy because I'm not really worried about. So animatronics was once glitchy, like if they go, I am finishing story.
Oh yeah.
Right. The flaws.
We don't
The
have
flaws
it
would
anymore.
be, it's hydraulic.
The president.
I am the president of the United States of America.
Yeah. They used to have the room.
They stopped that now. Now they go.
They don't have it.
Now they go. I am the president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Have you guys been to Disneyland in a while?
I haven't.
You haven't?
I'm gonna go because they got probably good electronic robotic stuff now, huh?
No, the electronics still look very uncanny, very
Does it?
Yeah.
Dude, Universal Studios had a couple of them that's great. Was that great at one time? I used to go there and go, ooh, I could be that. I told them I could be in there and they wouldn't even know if I'm robotic. I wanted to go there and like, yeah, you want to talk? I'm going to go into the stage and I could walk up. They go, you can't tell if I was the robot or whatever. But then again, I thought Chad would be the best one for that because he looks so model-like already, right?
Yeah,
So
we gotta go over there just to watch the
Just to watch them and then copy them and say, who is them? What did they do with that prop? Hey, you got a prop over there on the loose.
All right, so
that's it.
question's good.
Good? Was that good, you guys? I hope it was good for you. It's not that confusing. Remember, a motion, you know, different motions okay if it's popping or whatever, but the slow motion, a little quicker motion is a different timing. A little quicker motion coming at you compared to going across is different, and becoming a creature or you know, whatever the pantomime imagery would be a different story. So,
But pretty much they're all the same, right?
all the same to me.
Time stopping,
What? Look.
ticking.
I'll ask you, what's the difference between this and this?
It's just speed.
Just the speed. What's the difference between this and this?
It's just the speed.
Just the speed. What's the difference between this? And then the speed with a monster sound, right?
That's a Sinbad.
That's Sinbad.
All right, should be all right.
Should be all right.
Yeah, all right. Later. Thank you.
Hey guys.